afraid of anything in this world. There's nothing you can throw at me that I haven't already heard. I'm just trying to find a decent melody, a song that I can sing.
Now boarding Greyhound bus number 5564 to Toronto. Now boarding Greyhound bus number 5564 to Toronto.
Hi. I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. You shouldn't be frightened or anything. They have security guards that come through here all the time, so you don't have to worry about being here this late at night like this with a stranger.
It's okay. I'm fine.
I can understand. If I was a woman all alone in a bus station in the middle of the night, no one was around except one of the person who happened to be a guy, I'd be a little concerned, which is why I tried to wear something that wouldn't be threatening. No stocking hat or baggy pants or leather. I don't have anything leather anyways. And I shaved.
This isn't how you make someone feel comfortable.
This is such a pain in the ass. I never know how to start these things.
I think I'll just go.
This isn't what I look like, okay? Okay? I'm not going to rape you, I'm trying to win your trust! This isn't what you think! Okay? I'm not crazy, I'm actually on your side!
Are you gonna shoot me?
You weren't listening. Did you get any of what I just said?
What did you say? You're pointing a gun at me!
It's not on purpose. I'm only doing this to help you. I'm not good at talking to people that I don't know, so I don't know how to tell you when... Jesus, I'm stuck. I'm trying to save your life, and look at me. How about this? I put the gun away, I close my eyes, and you run like hell out of here. You run home.
I don't want to go home.
This is a pretty good deal. What's your name?
Molly. Look, I have a bus ticket, okay? You could do everything that you said you were going to do about putting the gun away and closing your eyes. But instead of me going home, I just get on my bus, okay? Same end result. I wind up away from you and alive.
Except you won't. What I'm supposed to do is keep you from getting on that bus, because if you do, you'll actually wind up dead.
Dead?
At 4:17.
What? You think I'll be dead at 4:17?
2 minutes after you get on that bus.
What, are you like a guardian angel or something?
No. My name's Kevin McGregor. I'm a person.
Then why would you say something like that?
It's on a piece of paper.
What? What's on what piece of paper? What does it say?
Woman in Blue by bandits on the 5564 of 417.
By bandits? Where did this piece of paper come from? The Wild West in the 1800s?
No. It was actually in the playbill for the musical they're doing over on Main Street. And when I opened to the cast of characters, it fell out. I wasn't sure about the number first, so I checked planes and trains and did a comprehensive Google search, which led me here, and you're in blue.
What are you trying to say?
Can I put the gun away?
You think I'm gonna say no?
I just want to let you know that I'm not letting you get on that bus.
Or you'll what? Shoot me?
It doesn't usually go like this, okay? Well, it sort of does, but geez, this is about the worst.
Worse what?
Lead up to saving someone's life.
Why is it you think you're saving my life?
Well, I get these slips of paper, and they tell me when something's going to happen to someone.
They tell you what's gonna happen. Like in the future? Sort of like an overachieving fortune cookie?
Yeah.
That's so weird. Can I see it? The paper, I mean.
Sure.
Woman in Blue by Bandits on the 5564 at 417. That's what you said.
I know. Look, you don't have to believe me. You just have to take a different bus.
No. I'm going to Toronto, okay? I'm leaving here, leaving Buffalo, and I am going to Toronto.
That's fine. You just can't do it on the 4:15. There's one at 6:45.
Which is 2.5 hours from now.
What's 2.5 hours when we're talking about the rest of your life? 2.5 hours, it's nothing. I can take you to a Starbucks and buy you a cup of coffee. Or someplace with Wi-Fi and you can download some new songs. It's 3.5 hours to Toronto. You should have some new music. What do you like? Classic rock? Chicago blues? Country?
Are you hitting on me?
No, I wouldn't do that.
Oh, yeah. It would be like Superman rescuing Lois Lane from the clutches of the evil Lex Luthor so he can cop a fill while flying her to safety. Nice to know I'm being rescued by an ethical superhero.
Look, I didn't ask for this job for these stupid pieces of paper to wind up in my grocery bags or dry cleaning. Think I want to look like I'm crazy? Like this.
You probably don't remember this, but there was this news story from like a few years ago where there were some people looking out of their windows, some getting into their cars. They all see this woman being murdered right on the streets of New York City. And she's screaming for help, and nobody does anything to help her. They don't call the cops. They don't call 911. Nothing. So you can be like that and just ignore it.
So I get a premonition that a dog is going to get hit on the corner of Llewellyn and Harris, and I shouldn't try to stop it?
How would you stop it anyway?
I'd go to the corner and keep all the dogs from getting in the street.
And then what happens?
None of the dogs die.
But the people get really mad, don't they? I mean, I'm sure they think that you're crazy or nosy or have Tourette's or something. But you saved the dog. A dog. One of those people's dogs would have been sad if their dog had died, but you don't even know which one.
Look, I've never told anyone this, but I was 20.
Good for you, so was I. Something in common after
It
all.
was the first time it happened. There was this slip of paper. It wasn't pink, it was blue. It was in my Quiznos bag. The guy at the register asked me if I wanted my receipt, and I said yes. And well, there was the sandwich, napkins, bag of chips, and a blue piece of paper that said a window washer was going to die. Well, not really. It said a window washer and dreads. The Scripps building. I was in Cincinnati at the time, 922, so I go in, there's this window washer and dreads, and me and him started talking, and then I started making a mess of things with his bucket and squeegee and cleaning supplies, and the next thing I know, I wound up getting this guy fired from his job. But he didn't go up the scaffolding. He didn't die. My intentions were good. I just didn't know how to go about them the right way. The same thing happened with those dogs. They all ended up fight over this T-bone steak I brought. But none of them died. A few of them had to go to bed and stitched up. Then there's this homeless guy.
Stop!
Parakeet. What's so important that you can't take a different bus? I mean, it's none of my business. You don't have to tell me why you're going to Toronto at 4:15 in the morning. Because if it weren't for something like a doctor's appointment or meeting...
Jeez! It's my boyfriend, all right?
So call him and tell him you'll be late.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to meet him. I'm trying to get away from him. He doesn't like me the way I thought he did.
I'm sorry. Guys are schmucks.
No, it's not. He actually likes me more than I thought he did. He wants to, take it to the next level or something.
You mean like sex?
No. I mean like getting married or something. Jeez. Marriage. A life together for like ever.
like ever if you get on that bus. Molly, is leaving him at 4:15 in the morning really worth dying over? You need to think about this the way I do, rationally and logically.
Why are you doing this?
My roommate jumped off the roof of our dorm at Princeton.
And you couldn't save him. That sucks. I'm really sorry.
I dropped out of school.
But that wasn't enough of a punishment because you couldn't stop your friend from committing suicide. So now you get these premonitions of these horrible things that could happen to people on these colored slips of paper, and you feel obligated to stop?
It's not a punishment.
It doesn't sound like a reward. It's not like you've been poor your whole life living off of food stamps and then one day you reach into the trash can and you find the winning lottery ticket. Or you got a bad leg and you get a handicap parking permit. Those pieces of paper are compensation for when life goes bad. What you got is a punishment.
I don't look at it that way. I see that it's a way for me to...
Atone? That's just a fancy way of saying you fucked up. Now here's a boulder for you to push uphill for the rest of eternity. How many lives have you saved?
All of them.
Because the dog got into a fight and the window washer got fired.
Yeah.
How do you know?
Because they're alive.
How do you know that they wouldn't be anyway? How do you know that they were actually doomed to begin with? And you, with your colored slips of paper and your superhero cape and your quick thinking, actually saved them?
Because none of it's in my head with it's rap on the inside of my brain berating me with what I should have done and could have done. I don't have an image of a dog lying dead in the middle of the street. It doesn't keep me from sleeping. I don't hate myself for not sending them because I did, and that's how I know how.
You should change your therapy. I'm getting on that bus.
You don't love him then?
Steve? No.
Did he get you a ring?
Yeah. Okay. What he did with it was actually really cool. He took the setting from like his great-grandmother's ring that was given to her by like this really important English gentleman. He was like knighted by the Queen or something. It's a really beautiful setting. It's like the kind of Jane Austen type of ring that any girl would want. And he insets a brand new diamond with these little sparkles of sapphire right around the edges. He said he's been like saving for it for like 3 years. And we were at his place and he cooked everything from scratch. There was like a lemon wine shallot sauce, a morel mushrooms, a bottle of Chateauneuf, and candles, and he wrote a poem.
Steve writes poetry.
He's had 2 books published. And he owns the bakery on Chippewa. Actually owns it. And he rescues dogs and tries to find them new homes and has a cat named Millie and cooks really well and he's a really good kisser.
So why do you want to leave him?
'Cause I'm just not the falling in love kind of person. I don't fall in love. I mean, if I was going to fall in love with somebody, then Steve would be the guy, but am I really just supposed to love him just because he's funny and charming? And considerate? And handsome? And is neat? And cooks well? And loves me more than anything in this whole world?
That sounds like a good start.
I think it's cheating. I want to find beauty in an alcoholic war vet with amputated legs, not in a sunset. Anyone can do that.
What if he's all those things you just described because that's what you see when you love someone?
Like you're some kind of expert? I bet you never even been in love.
Okay, and I've got this. Got other things going on right now.
Oh yeah? With saving people and shit.
What if you're thinking this whole love thing is more complicated than it really is, and that just because it's easy, because it falls in your lap, and you wind up with this perfect relationship that It's not real.
Things in life aren't easy. Ask anyone. You don't just save people from dying just because you show up. And you don't fall in love with someone just because they happen to be perfect.
People aren't perfect.
Haven't you been listening to me? Jeez. I'm getting on that bus.
But
what, you gonna tie me up? Chain me to that bench? Call my boyfriend maybe? You really want to get that involved? You want to call him up so he could come here and tell me how we are meant for each other? How we finish each other's sentences? And how we drink hot chocolate when it's cold outside? And how we respect each other? And are considerate of each other? And even if you think of doing something like that, it's not going to work because I will already be on that bus.
Now boarding Greyhound bus number 5564 to Toronto. Now boarding Greyhound bus number 5564 to Toronto.
See? I'm going.
This is the final boarding call for the 5564 to Toronto. Final boarding call for the 5564 to Toronto.
Maybe I do love him.
I would.
Thanks.